If you're still building Zapier workflows in 2025, you might be spending extra $500 a month, but switching to N8N or OpenAI Agents could be an even bigger mistake. Here's the problem. Zapier feels friendly, clicks together fast, it scales like a mortgage payment. N8N looks intimidating, promises full control, but has a learning curve steeper than you'd expect. And OpenAI's Agent Builder, it sells the dream that you can just scribe an assistant and skip all the plumbing. Spoiler, you can't. I spent 2 weeks building the exact same 5 workflows in all 3 platforms: lead routing, content pipelines, CRM updates, Slack alerts, the works. I tracked setup time, real costs, flexibility, maintenance, and where each one broke. By the end of this video, you'll know which platform should be home base for your automation stack, when it's time to jump ship from Zapier, and how OpenAI agents fit into this equation without overpromising what they can actually do. So let's break it down. Here's the plan. I'm gonna walk you through 3 real automation scenarios. First, a customer support assistant that routes inquiries and updates our CRM. Second, a content workflow that takes blog drafts, enriches them with research, posts to our CMS, and notifies the team. Third, an internal ops flow that monitors form submissions, triggers follow-ups, logs everything in Google Sheets, and pings Slack. I built each one in OpenAI Agent Builder, Zapier, and N8N. Same inputs, same outputs, same integrations. You'll see the build process, the UI differences, where each platform shines, where it struggles, and the honest cost breakdown at every scale. No fluff, no it depends cop-outs, just the facts, the demos, and the decision framework you need. When I was testing all these tools and trying to figure out which workflows to build, I kept going back to AMS Pro to double check best practices. It's basically my home base for everything AI. Bite-sized lessons and automation workflows, 300 plus ready-to-use prompts in Prompt Lab Pro, and weekly digest so I'm not missing new features. These platforms roll out every other week. If you're serious about learning AI automation properly, links in the description. First 1,000 people get 24% off the annual plan. Let's start with OpenAI's Agent Builder. This is the new kid. OpenAI Agent Builder is essentially a customizable ChatGPT instance with function calling superpowers. You write a system prompt, define some actions using API schemas or pre-built templates, and you've got an assistant. It's great for conversational interfaces, answering questions, looking up data, generating content on the fly. Think customer support bots, internal Quanda tools, research assistants. I built a simple customer support agent here. It can pull order status from our database via an API, answer FAQs, escalate tickets to Zendesk, and send summaries to Slack. Setup took maybe 20 minutes. The interface is dead simple. You describe the assistant's role, paste in API endpoints, test it in the playground, done. Speed. If your automation is primarily conversational and AI-driven, Agent Builder is unbeatable for prototyping. You're not dragging nodes, configuring triggers, or writing conditional logic. You just tell it what to do in natural language. It's also hosted by OpenAI, so zero infrastructure overhead, no servers, no deployment pipelines. You share a link embedded in your app, or call it via API. The built-in memory and multi-turn conversation handling is solid. It remembers context within a session, can reference previous messages, and the responses feel coherent. For lightweight AI tasks, this is faster than building a custom agent from scratch in LangChain or Zapier's AI features. Complexity. The moment you need multi-step logic, conditional branching, or orchestration across more than 2 or 3 services, Agent Builder hits a wall. It's now a visual canvas for multi-step AI workflows. It's great for AI-first scenarios, but it still doesn't replace Zapier or an 8N for trigger-based, scheduled, and tightly governed automations. Cost is another factor. Agent Builder runs on OpenAI's latest GPT models, so cost scales with tokens. If you're processing hundreds of conversations a day, you're paying per token. For high-volume automations, that adds up fast compared to Zapier's flat task pricing or N8N's unlimited executions on self-hosted. Use OpenAI Agent Builder when your automation is genuinely AI-first and conversational. Customer support, research assistants, content generation bots, it's not a replacement for Zapier or N8N, it's a complementary layer. You'd typically build the agent in OpenAI, then connect it to Zapier or an 8N N8N for the actual workflow orchestration. We've got a full deep dive video on Agent Builder if you want to build your own from scratch. Link in the description. For now, let's move to the platforms that actually handle automation at scale. Zapier is the automation tool most people start with. It's been around since 2011, connects to over 8,000 apps, and has a UX that feels like filling out a friendly form. Let's see how it handles our test workflows. I'm building the same customer support flow: trigger, new ticket in Zendesk, actions, pull customer data from our CRM via API, check order status in our e-commerce platform, generate a response summary using OpenAI, post it back to Zendesk, log the interaction in Google Sheets, send a Slack notification to the support team. Zapier's interface is step by step. You pick a trigger app, authenticate, configure the filter, then you add action steps. Each step is a card. Choose the app, choose the action, map the data from previous steps. It's intuitive. Zapier's AI assistant, Copilot, can even auto-suggest steps based on your description. I typed pull customer data from HubSpot when a Zendesk ticket is created, and it scaffolded the first 3 steps for me. Setup took about 30 minutes, mostly because I had to authenticate each app and test field mappings. The built-in error handling is decent. You can set retry logic, add filters to skip irrelevant triggers, and email yourself if something breaks. Testing is instant. You trigger a test event, watch it propagate through each step, see the outputs in real time. Ecosystem. Zapier connects to everything. If it's a popular SaaS app, there's a pre-built integration. You're not writing API calls from scratch unless you're hitting a niche endpoint. The UI abstracts away the complexity. No need to understand webhook payloads, authentication flows, or rate limits. Zapier handles all of that. Speed to production. I had a working production-ready automation in under an hour. For non-technical users, marketers, ops folks, product managers, this is gold. You can automate your job without writing code. The visual editor makes it easy to hand off workflows to teammates. Anyone can open a Zap, see what it does, edit a step, republish. Maintenance. Zapier auto updates when connected apps change their APIs. If Slack releases a new action, it shows up in your action menu. If an app deprecates an endpoint, Zapier migrates your Zaps automatically. You're not maintaining integration code that's worth real money if you're running dozens of automations. Cost at scale. This is the killer. Zapier pricing is per task. A task is every time a Zap step runs. My customer support flow has 7 steps, 1 trigger, 6 actions. Every time a ticket comes in, that's 7 tasks. On Zapier's professional plan, you get 2,000 tasks per month for about $50. Sounds fine until you're processing 100 tickets a day. That's 700 tasks per day, 21,000 tasks a month. You've blown past the $50 plan. You're effectively in team tier territory, around $300 per month for approximately 50,000 tasks. If your business scales, you're looking at $500, $800, even $1,000 a month just for automations. For context, N8N self-hosted costs $0 per execution. You pay for server hosting, maybe $20 to $50 a month depending on your VPS, and you can run unlimited workflows with unlimited steps. The math flips hard once you're past a few thousand tasks. Flexibility. Zapier's UI is friendly because it's opinionated. You can't write custom code in line unless you're on a higher tier plan and use code by Zapier actions, which are clunky. Complex branching logic, multiple if-then paths, loops, dynamic variable assignment gets messy fast. Zapier paths, their version of branching, works for simple A/B logic, but feels duct-taped together when you need nested conditions or data transformation. Error handling is basic. You can retry on failure, but there's no built-in dead letter queue, no way to pause a Zap mid-execution and resume later, no advanced logging beyond the task history Zapier shows you. If something breaks 3 steps into a 7-step Zap, good luck debugging without running the whole thing again. Zapier is perfect when you're starting out. You need speed and your task volume is low. If you're a solo founder, automating lead capture, email sequences, and CRM updates with fewer than 5,000 tasks a month, Zapier is the easiest win. Also ideal for teams where non-technical people need to build and maintain workflows. The UX is forgiving, ecosystem is unmatched, and you can ship automations in minutes. But if you're scaling, paying over $200 a month, or need complex logic, you'll outgrow Zapier. That's where N8N comes in. See, every week Zapier rolls out a new AI feature, N8N drops a new node, OpenAI changes their API, and you're supposed to just Know about it? That's the problem with learning AI. The landscape shifts faster than you can keep up. That's why I use AI Master Pro as my home base. It's not another course you watch once and forget. It's an all-in-one hub that actually keeps you current. You get over 100 bite-sized lessons in AI, real practical stuff. But the part I use most, Prompt Lab Pro. It has 300 plus ready-to-use prompts for automations, content, research, funnel building. So instead of staring at a blank Zapier step wondering how to phrase an AI prompt, just grab a tested one from the library and adapt it. Plus, there's Ask AI Master, which is like having a personal AI coach who knows the platform inside out. I can ask it, should I use Zapier paths or code by Zapier for this? And get a straight answer in seconds. And the weekly AI digest is clutch. Every Monday, I get a curated breakdown. What's new, what's changed, and what actually matters. No FOMO, no doom scrolling X trying to figure out if the latest GPT-6 rumor is real. So if you're serious about AI, this is your home base. The first 1,000 people who join get 24% off the annual membership. That link is in the description. Trust me, if you're about to dive into AI, you'll want this in your toolkit. All right, let's talk N8N. N8N is the automation platform for people who want control. It's open source, self-hostable, and designed for developers and power users who need to build custom workflows without SaaS pricing limits. Let's build the same customer support flow in N8N and see what changes. N8N's interface is a visual canvas. You drag nodes onto a workspace, connect them with lines, configure each node's settings. It feels more like building a flowchart or a logic diagram than filling out a form. There's a learning curve if you're used to Zapier, but once it clicks, it's powerful. I start with a webhook node as the trigger. Zendesk sends a webhook payload when a new ticket is created. I paste the webhook URL into Zendesk's settings, test it, and the payload shows up. Now I can see the exact JSON structure of the data. No magic, just raw data. Next, I add an HTTP request node to pull customer data from our CRM. I configure the endpoint, authentication headers, and query parameters manually. It's more work than Zapier, but I have full control. I can inspect the response, add error handling, retry logic, custom headers, all in the node settings. Then I add a function node to transform the data, extract the customer's name, order status, concatenate fields, format them for the next step. This is where N8N shines. You can write JavaScript directly in line. No need for a separate code by Zapier action. It's first-class functionality. I add more HTTP request nodes for the e-commerce API, an OpenAI node to generate the response summary, another HTTP node to post back to Zendesk, a Google Sheets node to log the interaction, and a Slack node to notify the team. Total setup time about 90 minutes, longer than Zapier, but I built error handling, retries, and custom logging into every step. Flexibility. You can do anything in N8N. Custom API calls, complex data transformations, loops, conditional branching, parallel execution, sub-workflows. The function node gives you a full JavaScript runtime. The expression editor lets you manipulate data with dot notation, filters, and functions. If Zapier's UI is like Lego blocks with predefined shapes, N8N is like a 3D printer where you can fabricate any shape you need. Cost at scale. This is the big one. N8N's cloud offering charges per execution, but the pricing is way more generous than Zapier. More importantly, N8N is open source. You can self-host it on your own server and run unlimited workflows with unlimited executions for free. You only pay for hosting. I'm running N8N on a Hostinger VPS, which costs me about $20 a month, and I've got over 50 workflows running with thousands of executions per day, 0 per task fees. Cost difference is insane. Transparency. N8N shows you the raw data at every step. You can inspect webhook payloads, API responses, error messages, execution logs. You know exactly what's happening. There's no black box. If something breaks, you can see why. You can export workflows as JSON, version control them in Git, share them with your team, replicate them across environments. It's infrastructure as code for automations. Now, here's something nobody tells you about N8N. You can actually self-host it and save up to 4 times compared to their cloud plan. That's where our sponsor, Hostinger, comes in. I've been using their VPS to run N8N for a few months now, and honestly, best decision. You pay only for the hosting. N8N itself is completely free. You get unlimited workflows, unlimited concurrent executions, plus 100 plus ready-to-use templates right out of the box. Here's what sold me. Hostinger VPS uses NVMe SSD storage and AMD processors so your workflows run fast. They have a one-click N8N installation, literally takes minutes to set up. No terminal wizardry required. Your data stays completely private and secure because you're hosting it yourself. And they even have Cody, an AI assistant that manages your VPS in plain language, no technical jargon. I'm using their KVM2 plan, and it handles everything I throw at it. And here's the kicker. Hostinger's Black Friday sale is live right now. Use my link and code for an additional discount on all yearly plans. This deal won't last long, so grab it while you can. Link and code are in the description. Learning curve. If you're not comfortable with APIs JSON and basic scripting, N8N will feel intimidating. Zapier holds your hand, and N8N hands you the tools and says figure it out. The documentation is solid, but you'll spend time reading API docs, troubleshooting webhook configurations, and debugging data mappings. For non-technical users, that friction is a deal breaker. Ecosystem. N8N has integrations for hundreds of apps, but it's not 8,000. If you need a niche SaaS tool, you might have to build a custom HTTP node. That's not hard, but it's extra work. Zapier's pre-built integrations often include field autocomplete, sample data, and friendly labels. N8N's nodes are more generic. You configure endpoints manually. Maintenance. Self-hosting means you're responsible for uptime, updates, security patches, backups. If your server goes down, your workflows stop. Zapier handles all of that for you. For many businesses, the trade-off is worth it, but it's a real consideration. Ease of use. Winner, Zapier. No contest. Zapier's UI is the most beginner-friendly. You can build a working automation without understanding webhooks, APIs, or data structures. OpenAI Agent Builder is also simple, but only for AI-first tasks. N8N requires technical literacy, flexibility, and customization. Winner, N8N. You can write code, manipulate data, build complex logic, and integrate anything with an API. Zapier's flexibility is capped by its UI. OpenAI Agent Builder is limited to conversational tasks. Cost at scale. Winner, N8N, self-hosted. If you're running over 5,000 tasks a month, Zapier gets expensive fast. N8N self-hosted costs the same whether you run 100 executions or 1,000,000, just your VPS bill. OpenAI Agent Builder costs scale with token usage, which can add up for high-volume interactions. Ecosystem and integrations. Winner, Zapier. 8,000 app integrations, pre-built triggers and actions, auto updates when APIs change. N8N covers the essentials, but requires manual work for niche tools. OpenAI Agent Builder integrates with very few external services natively. You'd need to connect it to Zapier or N8N for broad integrations. Speed to production. Winner, Zapier for simple workflows, OpenAI Agent Builder for AI-only tasks. Zapier gets you live in minutes. OpenAI Agent Builder is even faster for conversational agents. N8N takes longer because you're configuring everything manually, but that upfront investment pays off when you need to iterate or scale. If you're a solo founder or small team, non-technical, under 5K tasks per month, pick Zapier. You want speed, you want simplicity, you don't want to manage infrastructure. Zapier will cost you 50 to 100 bucks a month, but you'll ship automations in hours, not days. Your time is worth more than the cost difference at this stage. If you're AI focused and your automation is conversational, pick OpenAI Agent Builder as a starting point, then connect it to Zapier or an N8N for orchestration. Agent Builder is unbeatable for customer support bots, Quanda, assistants, and research tools, but you'll still need a real automation platform behind it for multi-step workflows, scheduling, and integrations. If you're scaling past $20 per month on Zapier, or you need complex logic switch to N8N, the cost savings alone justify the learning curve. Self-hosted on Hostinger or another VPS, invest a week learning the platform, and you'll have unlimited workflows at a fixed monthly cost. You'll also gain flexibility for advanced use cases, loops, custom code, parallel execution, sub-workflows. This is where I am now. I moved my entire stack to N8N 6 months ago, and I'm saving over $400 a month compared to Zapier. If you're technical, want full control, and plan to build dozens of automations, go straight to N8N, skip Zapier Zapier entirely. The upfront learning investment is worth it. You'll build faster once you know the platform, you'll have more control, and you won't hit pricing or complexity walls later. Plus, you can version control your workflows, replicate them across environments, and integrate them into your product if needed. I'm running N8N on Hostinger for my production stack now, and it's been rock solid. If you want to try it, Hostinger's Black Friday deal is live. Link and discount code are in the description. Grab the KBM2 plan, use the one-click N8N installer, and you're good to go. And if you're diving into any of these platforms and want to actually master AI workflows, check out AI Master Pro. It's where I go to stay sharp, learn new techniques, and grab ready-made prompts that save me hours. First 1,000 members get 24% off annual. That's in the description too. If this was helpful, hit subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.